How did you guys get started and why did you think about Compliance Gate?
This is a serious problem. It's a serious problem. Unsafe products are being shipped, incorrectly labeled.
Who is the ideal customer or the ideal user for Compliance Gate?
It could be individuals to teams within corporations. It could be that they want to save time and so on.
The user interface is quite simple for anyone, no matter what your level is. I get a lot of people asking me, can I sell this here? Can I sell this there? Welcome to Power Your E-commerce Business, the go-to series for busy entrepreneurs like you. Product research, sales, marketing, branding, shipping and logistics. We share knowledge and information every week from top experts serving the MENA region to help you power your e-commerce business. One of the most frequent comments that I constantly see on this YouTube channel is, can I sell this? Can I sell that? What are the compliance issues or documents that I need so I can sell X product on Amazon? Definitely compliance is a very tough subject to talk about. It's fairly complicated, especially if you are selling in a market like the EU or the US. That's why in this episode of Power Your E-commerce Business, I'm interviewing Friedrich from Compliance Gate. I'm sure this is going to be a game changer interview for you. If you are thinking of expanding or even starting your sales journey on Amazon in Europe as well as the US, Compliance Gate can help you dissect and understand anything and everything related to compliance. Before we get started and before we see a demo from Friedrich, how Compliance Gate works, what is compliance, what documentation should you be aware of? If this is your first time watching a video on this channel, hi, my name is Crystal and I'm the founder of Amazon Sellers Society and Sellers Society. We're completely obsessed with selling on Amazon and we are primarily focused on the Middle East. If you need help and support with starting your very own Amazon business and you want our help, then you can go ahead and reach out to my team by booking a free consultation call. All you need to do is to visit www.assmiddleeast.org/sell. If you want to learn how to do this business on your own, then same website /join, where you can join our private inner circle membership. Let's get started. Friedrich, I'm so excited to be talking to you and for us to dissect everything related to compliance. Reason being is when people think, okay, I want to set up my Amazon business or I want to start selling online, primarily Amazon, we're talking here. They think product research, fantastic. They think, let me create a wonderful listing. However, very rarely do we talk about the small little nuances and the technical details of actually selling on Amazon and actually properly managing a business. So what you are doing is, for me, very exciting and mind-blowing and really fixing a huge pain point for a lot of companies like myself, as well as individual and brands and e-commerce sellers and everybody. So before I talk a lot about you, and now like everybody's excited, I want you to introduce yourself and to talk a little bit about Compliance Gate.
Right. So my name is Friedrich. I'm Swedish. I moved to Shanghai more than 10 years ago now, and my background is really working with manufacturing, sourcing, quality assurance, everything that goes from specification all the way to mass-produced products, and that's the reason I got into compliance. Now based in Hong Kong, and started working on Compliance Gate just about 3 years ago, which is a platform, a website that enables brands and manufacturers, including Amazon sellers, to identify requirements, create certificates, label files, and also lab testing in order to ensure that they can sell in the United States and the EU.
It's truly an amazing idea. How did you guys get started and why did you think about Compliance Gate? obviously we're going to dive a little bit deeper about, you know, how it actually works, and you're going to show us a demo, of course. But how did you think about it? Because it's truly a very big problem for a lot of people, and you like digitalized it in a way where it's very easy for the user as well.
Yeah, right. So then we have to go back to say 2012, 2013, working with manufacturers mainly in China, and you know, working with various brands mainly in Europe, and it was clear to me that they didn't really understand regulations that apply. They didn't understand chemical restrictions for, say, apparel. They didn't understand fire safety or flammability requirements for, say, construction products, not to mention electrical safety that applies to electronics and so on, children's products, etc. And likewise, it was also clear to me that factories in China and also elsewhere in the world didn't really understand these safety requirements, didn't really understand safety standards, especially overseas in other countries, specifically in the US and the EU. So I realized that, you know, there's something that can be done here. This is a major, this is a serious problem. It's a serious problem. Unsafe products are being shipped, incorrectly labeled products containing excessive amounts of chemicals and heavy metals that are causing cancer, infertility, you know, all sorts of nasty things that's even a threat to humanity in a sense. And if this, you know, if there's a challenge, there's an opportunity, right? So that's why I got into it. Then it took many years before, let's say, we accumulated enough experience and not to forget the confidence to start building something like the Compliance Gate platform.
Now, before we continue with a demo from Friedrich and so that you can figure out exactly how Compliance Gate works, as always, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave us a comment in the comment section below if you want to win a consultation call with me, where we discuss everything and anything related to Amazon, as also some valuable prizes from Compliance Gate. That's all that you need to do. Let's continue.
Okay. So what you see here is the Compliance Gate platform, and I'll give you a quick tour.
Yes.
Now, this is my demo account, right? And the first step is to add a new product. And the reason for that is, well, you need to separate the requirements lists and the certificates and so on a per product basis, which makes sense. Now, let's say that I just added these sunglasses, okay? First thing I need to do is to create a requirements list. Now I already have one. But let's say I just added this product to my account. Well, step one is to add a requirements list. Okay, let's say I'm trying to sell in the United States, in the EU. We cover the United States and the EU right now. Sunglasses, eyewear. You can see we cover a number of categories right here. Step three is to set the specifications. And this could be related to age groups, packaging, if you sell cross-border. Based on this, the system is now generating what we call a compliance requirements list, summarizing various compliance requirements that you need to take into consideration, regulations, labeling requirements, certification requirements, packaging requirements.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, even for something like sunglasses, quite a few things to take into consideration. Another feature of the platform is you can actually you can go here and you can create label files.
Yes.
Just like this. You can create certificates like this, or if you don't know which ones if you don't know which one that you need to create, you can also go based on our recommendation right here. So for eyewear or for sunglasses in the EU, you need to comply with the PPE regulation, which in turn requires that you comply with certain labeling requirements. This is labeling for the packaging or for the product itself, and a declaration of conformity. And that's a document you can create right here. Okay, and so we have templates, and we also publish the methodology. We worked with one lawyer in the US, an attorney in the United States, that reviewed all the templates for the United States, and then a jurist in France, she reviewed this and all the other templates that we created for the European Union, and we publish a methodology. So we're very open source in that sense. It's actually a necessity for us to be very transparent. And be upfront with the basis that for which we have
how you decided.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why there's a reason for everything here, like we don't make any decisions. This is entirely based on the requirements that can be found in this case in the PPE regulation. So the user needs to create this document, which is mandatory, by filling it out right here. And then they can download this as a PDF. And this is a PDF that you would need. You would need this document. And let's say that you're selling on Amazon. To put this into perspective, now you plan to sell sunglasses in the European Union. It's quite likely that they will come to you and say, okay, we want to see a declaration of conformity, and we want to see maybe a photocopy of the labels from the packaging, maybe the product, and they want to see a test report. So we actually have customers that they fill out this template, they download this then as a PDF, and that's actually the file generated within the system that they will send to, say, Amazon.
Yes.
So that you actually understand, like, yeah, okay, why do I need this template? But it's pretty straightforward. It's quite practical in terms of why you need this and what you do with this document. Now, other than that, so let's see, I'm just gonna.
Also, Friedrich, the great thing about Compliance Gate is the user interface is quite simple for anyone, no matter what your level is. So if you have a team member in your company that's just as an assistant, they'll be able to, with the slight training, they'll be able to understand exactly what to do. If you are at a level where you're not really aware of all of these regulations, you don't come from that type of a background, you're also very it's a very simple interface, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's just a guide that you follow.
I mean, it's still it's compliance, and there's still a lot of information to take in, and I think I wouldn't say that it's simple in that sense, but I think we do make it significantly easy to digest this, and you also save time. Given that it is quite time consuming to figure out all of this. Exactly, especially because it's layered. You got some requirements that apply to a specific product category, and then you have requirements, or say heavy metal restrictions, that apply to packaging. And then on top of that, you have the REACH regulation that restricts chemicals in all the products, and they overlap to some extent. So you have layers. You have layers in terms of compliance requirements, and it can be really time consuming to identify all of them that apply to a given product.
Yeah, and it should be something that shouldn't stop you from selling whatever product you want, just because it's a little bit complicated. So if you just know this information, you'll be able to potentially sell whatever product you want, as long as you know what compliance is needed.
Yeah, absolutely. It should definitely not hold you back. It's the same, over here. We need to, in Hong Kong, we need to comply with accounting regulations, and hand in our financial papers like every registered company. But that's just how it is, and this is really part of that. This is it's really the same thing, and these regulations they exist for good reasons. And the thing is that it's not that complex. It's not that complex once you understand what this means in practice, which in so many cases really boils down to create compliance documentation. Create label files and send that to your factory, so they print the right information, the right marks, like the CE mark, on the product. traceability codes, and arrange lab testing. And by the way, you can also, the documents that they appear here on the right. And you can also book lab testing. So you can upload existing test reports, or you can also book testing with two companies. Yeah, exactly. You can arrange lab testing, which is also necessary for majority of products. So you can request a quote here, and it goes straight out to our partners. One is Kima, and the other one is Test Exchange. And these two companies, they have testing facilities all over the world. Another thing, a couple of other features, we offer support. So that means you can ask questions. I understand that it can be fairly complex, especially if you're sitting down with this for the very first time and you got this long requirements list. The list I just showed you is actually fairly condensed. You know, there are other products that can be significantly longer. So it's understandable if you have questions, and we do provide support. That's also a paid feature. Provide task list, that's another thing. Basically mini courses that cover general compliance, CPSIA for the US, CE marking in the EU, textiles, and so on. And the purpose is, well, the idea is that many of our customers that come on board, they have very limited experience with this stuff, and it can be very abstract, hard to connect the dots, really, like, what is a certificate? When do I need it? Some people, they are baffled when we tell them that, well, you need to self-issue this PDF file. Like, that's it? No, it's based on a test report. And it's not really about getting an approval or anything like that for most consumer products. And many importers and e-commerce companies, they have the idea that this is like, obtaining a license, or they have to receive an approval from some sort of from some sort of official entity, from a government department, and in many cases it's that's not the situation. So we also provide these courses. We also provide monthly reports. We keep track of updates, changes, new requirements in the US and the EU. And we started doing so simply because we have to keep track. And then we realized, well, this could be something for our customers as well, right?
So Friedrich, if somebody wants to learn a little bit more about Compliance Gate, of course, I'm going to leave all the links in the video description, in the description box of this video, with all the links and everything. It was thank you so much for showing us exactly how easy it is, because and this is something that I said in the intro. I get a lot of people asking me, can I sell this here? Can I sell this there? And obviously, because compliance is such a it's a heavy subject. It's not like you can say, yeah, of course you can sell it. It does require a lot of information, and you make it a very easy way for a seller, a business owner, a brand, for them to get that information in a very easy format. How can they reach out to you and learn a little bit more? And how does actually Compliance Gate work? Because I know it's a subscription base.
Yeah, so you can go and sign up right now. You go to compliancegate.com and you got the price table right there. Otherwise, you got questions, just use the contact us form, or you can book a consultation call. You can book a demo. With that's not, I don't manage that, but you speak to one of my team members here in Hong Kong. So normally there's only you only have to wait 2-3 days, and we can find a time slot. Perfect.
Thank you so much, Friedrich. Thank you so much to Friedrich. And I really, really enjoyed talking to Friedrich and dissecting everything related to compliance. I hope you are one step closer to understanding how complicated compliance is, but how easy Compliance Gate make everything for you. Make sure you reach out to them if you have some additional questions. I'll leave all of their contact details in the description box of this video. And I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.